Hey you guys! So today I have kind of a little bit of a different scenery. You can see my rebounder over here, my mirror and stuff like that. And you guys are actually sitting on top of my kitchen counter. Today I want to talk about who is the dictator of your health. Okay, so a little backstory. I was reading an article by Dr. Vivian V. Vitrano, who is a medical doctor. I'm not really one to freak out over people's titles because you cannot have a title by your name and be extremely smart, and you can have a title by your name and have just kind of loose change rolling around your head. But that's a whole nother story. But she is a medical doctor. You know, this article was like, who is the dictator of your health? And it was just really piqued my interest because immediately whenever I thought of this, I thought, well, I'm the dictator of my health, duh. Okay, but she was saying, the question leading up to this was, you know, is it you? Is it your health mentor? You know, is it your favorite person on YouTube? Is it your health books? Is it your doctor? And the answer that she said was none of the above. Because the dictator of your health is nature and her laws. And I was like, whoa, you know, that's so true. So we often think of ourselves kind of, you know, I think this really stems from the ego, is we think that we are the controller of ourselves. And in a lot of ways that is true, but in a lot of ways it's not. And when we're talking about our health, nature really is the dictator of our health. So I wanted to read you this quote from the article that she said. She said, unless you satisfy your physical and mental needs, you will find some aspect of yourself suffering, sometimes intensely, which can be very painful both physically and mentally. If that happens, nature is trying to tell you something is wrong, and it's trying to cope as best that it can. Pain is both a warning and or a benefactor. It hopefully jars us into thinking and questioning what's wrong, why is this happening, why can't I get well? And that all kind of ties in with what I always talk about, is that the body has silent communicators, right? One of them could be a headache. One of them could be stomach pain. You know, all the little pains and stuff that's in our body, that's just our body trying to communicate, like, whoa, something's wrong. If you got a headache, then you have major bowel toxicity, okay? So that quote is just really true. It's nature trying to tell you something is wrong, so you either have to zone in on it and fix what's really going on, the underlying problem, or you can ignore it, and that's never really going to fix what's going on. So, you know, your doctor and teacher are just telling you what nature is demanding, okay? So I can blabber on and on about raw foods, but really that's just what nature wants, right? I mean, nature created these raw foods for us, and that's just, so I'm like the middleman telling you what to eat, okay? Because we're so far removed from nature and her laws that we have to have people like me on YouTube telling you, hey, eat your fruits and vegetables, even though that should be complete common sense. Like, you know, how to go to the bathroom when we're 3, okay? It should just be common sense, but unfortunately it's not. People are raised on food that isn't even really food, and then so we have to have people telling you to eat your fruits and vegetables. That just really has me boggling my mind. But you know what? I wasn't born eating raw vegan, so I heard this information from Dan McDonald. So it's just the time that we're in right now, and unfortunately we need people to remind us to eat our fruits and vegetables. But anyway, so nature just tries to get you to discover your errors and help you get into harmony with her nature. Okay, so what does nature really demand? And this sounds common sense to me, but let's just go over this. So nature demands that you give attention to sunshine. And that's something that I'm really good at. I love the sun. It is made for us, you know what I mean? Nature demands that you give attention to pure water, pure food, i.e. raw fruits and vegetables, soaked and sprouted nuts and seeds, raw seaweeds, fresh air. Okay, tell me if you guys heard Dan McDonald talk about this lately, but he was like, we live in a box, we eat from boxes, we take our money in the box and we put it into another box, and then we, you know, we drive around in boxes to go work in a box. we're all boxed in, and I love when he said that because I was like, whoa, that's really true. So we need to really go outside into nature and get the fresh air, get away from all the cars and stuff, as far away from that as you can. And we just really gotta really appreciate the fresh air. And then whenever you appreciate the fresh air, we get sunlight, and it's just all encompassing, right? Nature demands that you have proper exercise, proper sleep. That is so important. So many people have sleep problems, and for that you really got to go back to the endocrine system. Okay, but that's a whole nother video. You know, proper rest, love, nurturing relationships, you know. Nature, once you have all those things, it's like the whole wheel, and once you have every single spoke going, then your wheel can go perfectly, and then you can just, for once, have a beautiful life. But if you ignore one of them, or two of them, or three of them, or four of them, pretty soon the wheel gets wobbly, and then something goes wrong. And so my passion in this life is the food trip, but there's so many more areas of life to perfect, and I think another one, in my opinion, nature demands that you give attention to spirituality. But yeah, so who is the dictator of your health? Nature! Thank you guys for watching. Click like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.